So yeah, when we started the company, we have seen that a lot of satellites are launched, but the applications are missing. So we wanted to build applications which solve problems here on Earth. I'm Daniel, one of the two founders of LiveEO. I have a background in space engineering, worked a bit in the automotive industry, but actually with a passion for space, I started the company LiveEO in 2017. All those infrastructure assets which are distributed across the entire country, they need to be monitored, maintained, insured, and this is a very complex problem. So we take satellite data and give the operators the right information so that they get always the best insights for the assets on country scale. So when we started the company, there were a lot of heavy storms and a lot of outages caused by vegetation. So typically 30 to 50% of outages of electricity lines are caused by vegetation. So yeah, when we started the company, we have seen that a lot of satellites are launched, but the applications are missing. So we wanted to build applications which solve problems here on Earth. So what we have observed in the beginning is that those damages which occur on electricity lines, for example, in case of a storm, one solution would be to cut back all the vegetation, right? That's a very bad idea. So we wanted to actually go into the vegetation management process to make this more effective. And the second thing which then evolved over the years is that right now ecological right-of-way management is on the C level of utility companies currently a big topic. What does it mean? Actually not removing vegetation next to the power lines, even planting more, but the right vegetation. So you need to understand the biodiversity, you need to understand the species, and this is all information you can gather from satellites. So the key problem you have with renewable energies is that you need to transport the energy. And one good example is also the energy, the offshore energy in Germany, for example, which needs to be transported to the south with 800 kilometers of power lines. And this means that you need to take care of your power lines in this transition. And this is where we also come in, right? So if you want to have a really resilient grid, you need to take care of the operations, maintenance. But we're also working together with utilities already to supervise the construction progress of those really huge billion euros projects, right? So this is also an important factor to get the transition on time. We use the SDG goals to define success. So we contribute to 7, 8, 9, 13 and 15. So those 5 goals are the ones which we identify us the most with. And we took it serious. We also worked together with a company which assessed our impact here. And you mentioned it, energy and in general infrastructure. We are also monitoring pipelines which in the future will be used for hydrogen. And like all this comes together actually for us that we want to have a positive impact here. I mean, just for the ecological right-of-way monitoring, E.ON alone is planning to have 70,000 hectares of new biotopes next to their power lines. And this is just one utility across the globe, right? So if you combine the thousands of utilities and bring them all to this new trend of ecological right-of-way monitoring, you will actually create a lot of new biotopes and a lot of value.